So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Roma Theory because Roma prepare a new game. I know, it sounds crazy. We literally played 2 days ago, but we're playing on Saturday for the simple reason being that the Six Nations of Rugby is starting and Italy is playing France on Sunday in the Olimpico. This is another problem if you don't have a private stadium because rugby games also get played in the Olimpico. So that's the reason why we're playing early. That's the reason why we're playing Saturday. But let's face it, is that an excuse? Potentially. I'm not saying it's not something to consider because we literally played 2 days ago, but it shouldn't be the priority. We have to win against Empoli just because we need a reaction. We need a reaction. We cannot end the week with a defeat against Cremonese and getting thrown out of the Coppa Italia and then losing against Empoli too. I think we need to win. And, I'm going to start off by saying that now that the Coppa Italia is gone, the big objective is top 4. Now, this objective is obviously a bit easier now that Juventus got penalised, but it's still a tough job because Lazio, Milan, Atalanta, it's a big race between all of these teams. But one thing is certain, if we want to keep this rhythm, we have to try and get 4 points against these small clubs. And Empoli is a team which play well, is a team which last week won away at Inter Milan. But frankly speaking, seeing our objectives and what we have to accomplish, this is a game we have to win. And, as you can see from the predicted 11, it's going to be a classic predicted 11, classic game. We're out of the Coppa Italia. We're not going to play next week. So we play this game, then we have a full week to recover and prepare for the new Serie A game. Objectives. Now that we got thrown out of the Coppa Italia, objectives. Let's give 2 minutes on objectives. Objective is top 4. That's the priority. If reaching top 4 means getting thrown out by Salzburg, in the Coppa Italia, I'm all for it. I think the big objective is getting back Champions League football. It would be not only something great when it comes to actually seeing your team play, on the financial side, it will attract more interesting players. It will give you more money. So that's the biggest priority. The second priority is, trying to do something good in the Europa League. But at the same time, you see, us in the Europa League is like Empoli in the Serie A. We are not the favourites. We're a mid-table Europa League team. Therefore, as much as it is great to try and get to the whole way, however it goes, it goes. There are better teams in Europa League. We have to face it. So Europa League is definitely gonna have less pressure on us just because we're not the favourites. And therefore, if we get thrown out, nothing major will happen. If we do, by any means, win it, then it would be revolutionary. So I think the big priority is top 4. And this is why Saturday's game, tomorrow's game, is going to be so damn crucial. But obviously, before giving my predicted 11, before speaking and giving a few words on Empoli, let's speak about us, because we're not coming from a great moment. First of all, we're coming from a bad mindset problem because, getting thrown out at home against the last team in your league and, you received the boos after you played in such a poor way never helps. We were slowly starting to build a good momentum. We were slowly starting to build a good streak, being unbeaten in 2023. Then we lost proudly against Napoli. And then the big clash against Cremonese, which no one expected. Unless you're a little wimp, I don't think no one expected that. So yeah, it doesn't help. It definitely doesn't help. But at the same time, we can also say that it makes the players want to react more. Because if the players don't win on Saturday, tomorrow, the fans are going to be mad. The fans are going to be massively mad. And they don't want to feel the fan pressure. So that is definitely an argument to be made. But look, overall, Empoli is definitely living a better moment than us. They are doing extremely well in this area. You look at their team and you kind of link them with relegation. They're doing really well. They're 10th in the league. They're on the left part of the table. What do they want more? They are going to come at the Olimpico to make their fans proud. If they lose, they lose. If they win, why not believing in a win? You know, this is a very similar team, even better than Cremonese. What did Cremonese do? They had nothing to lose. And they played better than us. They took advantage of the mistakes which we gave them. This is going to be a very similar game. Don't expect Empoli to play a full defensive game. Yes, Empoli is going to go there to try and defend themselves and grab a draw. But if we give them the chances, just like we did against Cremonese, then they can easily win this game. They've got more talent than Cremonese. They've got Baldanzi, which is the Empoli Dybala, they call him. They've got Caputo, which we all know about. He's a poaching striker. If he has his chances, he'll score. He'll bury them in. They've got a great goalkeeper, one of the best goalkeepers in the league, in my opinion. A goalkeeper which we're really interested in. So they've got nothing to lose for. So they're going to be proud. They're going to make their fans proud. And they are, if we give them space, just like we did against Cremonese, because they scored 2 goals on 2 counterattacks. I just think they're going to take their chances. And if we give them space, if we allow them to play, then they're going to haunt us. And losing against Empoli would push our team back in the black hole which we left before the World Cup. Because if we end the week getting thrown out of the Coppa Italia by the last team in the league and losing against Empoli, that is automatically, we're already back there in the black hole. You know, I'm not trying to expect that we win every single game. It's impossible for Roma to keep a good path and win every single game. But the problem is we have too many ups and downs. And that's something which has to be avoided. But yeah, I mean, that's how we definitely prepare for this game. That's how Empoli prepare. They're coming from a great series of results. They won in Milan against Inter Milan. They were winning 2-0 in the last game week against Torino at home, and then they managed to bottle it too. So it's going to be an open game. I don't expect us to be fully dominant in this. I really don't. I expect us to play a game which, if we're lucky and if we play well, we win 2-0. I think the team has massive difficulties. So yeah, I'm not going to say predictions just because the last time I said a prediction, it was completely wrong and Cremonese knocked us out. I'm going to keep predictions away. I'm going to keep away from predictions, I should say. And yeah, right, let's look at the lineup. In the meantime, if you haven't already, smash the subscribe button if you're new here and smash the like button. Everyone right now on the stream, take 2 seconds to smash that thumbs up. It's free of cost and supports me a lot. Let's move on to Predict 11. Rui Patricio in goal. Ibanez, Mancini and Smalling in defense. Smalling back, definitely need him. 4 midfielders. I don't know how I feel about this, but this is how I think it'll go. El Shaarawy instead of Çelik, because Çelik against Cremonese was absolutely appalling, and I don't think Çelik is gonna start this game. El Shaarawy starts and is gonna start in Zalewski's place, and Zalewski takes Çelik's place. So these are my 2 fullbacks, my 2 centre backs. My 2 midfielders. It's the Matic Cristante duo. Why is my mum shouting? For God's sake. Right. My 2 midfielders, I've gone with Matic and Cristante for the simple reason being that I think it will happen. I think it's going to be like this. I think there's something which happened with Kamara, 100%, because you don't explain why Jose isn't giving minutes to Kamara, and I don't think Kamara will start in this. Bove, Tahirovic, Volpato, all of these young stars, we don't need them in this game. We don't want to commit the same mistake that we made on Wednesday, which was starting with young players, unexperienced players, underestimate the game and losing the game. I think that has to be a lesson, and I don't think youngies should start in this game. Very important. So Matic and Cristante start. Again, they didn't play badly against Napoli. I actually quite enjoyed our performance with both Matic and Cristante against Napoli last weekend. But they're slow. they're slow. And again, I wouldn't start Matic and Cristante. I'd start Kamara, but Mourinho won't start Kamara. I know this as a matter of fact. It just won't happen. So Matic and Cristante are gonna start. Then moving on, Pellegrini and Dybala and Tammy Abraham. Now I know there is, Pellegrini is not been playing well. Pellegrini is not playing as a captain. Pellegrini is lacking the communication. Pellegrini is lacking goals. Pellegrini is lacking vital passes, contributions. Pellegrini is lacking all of that. But I think Mourinho will start him. I don't see Pellegrini getting benched in this game. Dybala starts. Dybala has to start. And Tammy up front. Tammy up front. That's definitely my predicted 11. That's how I think we'll play. How I think we'll start. Again, big question marks on Solbakken. Big question marks on Kamara. I think the player which is going to start this game is El Shaarawy. I think El Shaarawy has shown that he's consistent, that he deserves more games. So El Shaarawy is going to start this. My big doubt, I actually think I'm going to guess everything right in this predicted 11. I just feel like it's going to be like this. That's going to be the predicted 11 tomorrow. But yeah. A lot of question marks. The big question marks are on Pellegrini for sure. I just can't see him out. I can't see him out. And again, this is not who I would put on the pitch. This is who I think Mourinho will put on the pitch. Don't confuse the two things. Big question marks are on these players. Can Solbakken start tomorrow's game? Yes, but... And I think Solbakken in the near future will have to start some games. The problem is... I just don't want to take risks. We cannot take risks in this game. We have to play the good squad and win. Because if we win, we're already forgetting about the Cremonese disaster. And if we win, we would go second place. And Milan derby this weekend. Lazio are playing in Verona, and we know Lazio, in these little games, they always manage to bottle things. Atalanta is playing away at Sassuolo. That's a very tough pitch to play in. This is our chance to get closer and closer to second position. And if we get second position after tomorrow's game, because we're the first ones to play, it would be, first of all, great for our eyes to see Roma sitting at second position, but it would also massively help from that Coppa Italia game. So that's my predicted 11. Looking at them, the big players we have to avoid in their team, again, they don't have a standout player. In fact, look, the MVP is their goalkeeper, and that explains a lot. They don't have a standout player, but they're a team which play good football. They've got an underrated manager. They play good football, so we can't underestimate them, just like we did with Cremonese. Their biggest players are Baldanzi, which is the thumbnail guy. He's good. He scored the winning goal against Inter Milan in Milan. And then they've got two strikers, Caputo and Satriano, which are physical, good. They're poaching strikers. If we give them their chances, they're going to score. And we have to try and keep a clean sheet. So, yeah, I'm not going to say predictions, as I said. But again, I don't expect us to fully dominate this. I don't, because... we played 2 days ago, we got thrown out 2 days ago, the performance was bad 2 days ago, you don't expect a full dominance after all of these things. I expect us to win, that's all I'll say. And I'm not trying to jinx things, but if we don't win this game, then, top four it's those chances, it's those obstacles which we put on ourselves, and then you look at the end of the season at the points we lost, and it's there. So, and to be fair, we've been quite good this season when it comes to getting points against these teams. We've actually been quite good. Apart from, in fact, I don't remember one defeat from against a small team, apart from the Cremonese Coppa Italia. Maybe, yeah, just the 2 games before the World Cup had to be better against Sassuolo and Torino. They're little teams. We had to win those. But we've been quite good this season at killing games against these teams and getting the 3 points. the much needed 3 points. So I think we have to win. Will we win? Who knows? We shall see. Again, two last things before ending the stream. Genie could have some minutes tomorrow. I was reading a few things. I wouldn't risk Genie, but I'm reading how Mourinho could could play him. Could maybe play him in the last 5 minutes. So all eyes on that. And the second thing is, before ending the stream, let's comment on our UEFA list, because there have been surprises, positive surprises, negative surprises. I don't know how you phrase this. Korsdorp is in the UEFA list, and I'm reading how Korsdorp and Mourinho are slowly coming back together, because Mourinho understood that Cilic is bang average and that Korsdorp is better than Cilic. Anyone who thinks Cilic is better than Korsdorp, again, I'm not trying to just comment on Cilic and throw a shadow on him because he played a bad game against Cremonese, but realistically speaking, both of them are bang average players. But I don't know. I just think Korsdorp's better. So Korsdorp is in the UEFA list for our Europa League. Gini is in the UEFA list. And Zaniolo is in the UEFA list too. Now, let's speak about Zaniolo these last minutes. The only reason why Roma have put Zaniolo in the UEFA Europa League list to present to UEFA is because I'm reading that if we put Zaniolo in it, it has some effect on the financial fair play. I don't know how. I don't know how to explain it, but I am reading how including Zaniolo, even if he's out of your project, in the UEFA list can have some benefits against the financial fair play. God knows why, but that's what I read. And again, Zaniolo's not going to play. The ownership has made it clear. He's not going to play any more games, but he's just there because he's there and because it has some benefits on the FFP. And the second thing is, Zaniolo has presented a certificate. Right, now, chronological. He came back to Trigoria this morning, and Roma made him have a medical checkup. And after this medical checkup, it was basically being said that Zaniolo needed a break. And the doctors in Roma's training ground have presented a certificate, if we can call it a permission, for Zaniolo to not train and not present himself in the training ground for the next 30 days. So for the next 30 days, Zaniolo has got the rights, due to this certificate, which doctors have signed him, due to a potential psychological issue after all of the things which happened to him. He has permission to not train for 30 days. Again, if a player doesn't train for 30 days and therefore will be back in the start of March, he's not going to be back in the team. So the only question now is, do we sell him in the summer, or do we, hopefully not, wait until his contract expires and then sell him as a free agent, which hopefully doesn't happen. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, match preview done. Now tomorrow I am going to the stadium, so no live watch along. However, I am not intending to do a stadium vlog just because I'm going to the stadium with a bunch of friends. And one of these friends is actually, it's actually his birthday tomorrow. So I want to be respectful. I want to, I don't want to ruin his birthday. We're going to the stadium all together. So I just don't want to ruin the vibes. It's his birthday. He's got all the rights to have fun. And I don't want to kind of ruin his birthday by filming a stadium vlog. So if it's going to be a thrilling game, I'm going to try and capture a few goals. If there's penalties and stuff, maybe share them with you guys. But I'm going to the stadium. No stadium vlog tomorrow. However, I will maybe go live tomorrow evening. I've got my grandmother's birthday tomorrow. So stadium is at 6. Match ends at like 8:30. Then I've got my grandmother's dinner. If I'm not too tired after all of the events tomorrow, I'm going to go live for the match reaction tomorrow evening. Very, very late in Italy, around midnight, But otherwise, I will catch you on Sunday for the match reaction. We're playing on Saturday, so we've got Sunday to relax. So yeah, no stadium vlog tomorrow, because as I just said, I don't want to ruin my friend's birthday. I just want to be respectful. So yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow. Maybe I'll try and film something. Maybe I'll try and film a few things. But I'm not going there to film a stadium vlog tomorrow. But hopefully we win. It's going to be a crucial game. If we win, it's going to be a massive launch onto top four. And hopefully we do. I hope a reaction happens. I think a reaction is much needed. And hopefully it happens. Zaleski on the left wing. Bench Pele, play El Sharawi, right back Chalik. Pellegrini is not fully fit and playing shit, bro, says Chirag. I agree, but again, this is not my predict 11. This is what I think Mourinho will choose, and I think Mourinho will choose Pellegrini. Simon, I remember when we signed Matic, you thought it would be just a rotational player. I remember that really well, but I'll kind of explain why. Because Matic was kind of a very early signing. We bought Matic as soon as the season ended. Therefore, I expected more midfielders to come, which were kind of playing a better role than Matic. One of these is Gini. I definitely expected Gini to start, but then Gini's season got changed. But Matic has been a constant this season. Matic has been great. Be respectful to your mum. She shouts too much. She's got to be respectful to me sometimes. She just shouts too much. She thinks she's in Rapunzel's castle. We need to name a new captain next season, says Logical. Yeah. Pellegrini's not living a goal moment. But again, just like Tammy, he has to get the consistency back. And hopefully he does, starting from tomorrow. I'll catch you soon. Subscribe if you're new. Smash the like button. And I will catch you very, very soon. Hi, just found your channel and it has good content. Love it, mate. Hope Roma gave your grandmother a gift by winning the game. Hopefully she does. She doesn't care about Roma, but my grandfather does. And we all want to be jolly tonight after the game. You know what you have to do, lads. So, yeah, hopefully we win. Come on, the boys, and I'll catch you soon. Subscribe, smash the like button, and take care. Simon, out.